Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Tuesday, January 9th, 2018, and I'm your host, James Lott Jr. This is the SOS show with James Lott Jr. This is your organizer show, the SOS show, whatever you want to call it. We are here. It is a new year, first show of the new year. Happy New Year to all of you. I'm so glad you can join me. We are on iHeart Radio. We are on Speaker.com and iTunes. So you can find us everywhere. And my Facebook page, of course, is the SOS Show. And Twitter is the SOS _ show. Glad you could join me. We're doing a special day. Normally we're on Mondays. I was doing a travel day. I'm in Pittsburgh right now, Pennsylvania. And I'll explain why I'm here shortly. But I want to, of course, before I begin anything, give some thanks and gratitude. I want to give thanks and gratitude mainly for the new year. New chances for new beginnings. NAPO calls it Go Month. A lot of people have resolutions, which I don't really believe resolutions, but it's a time for renewal. And if this gets you to start, get yourself organized and time managed, then I'm all for it. Whatever gets you going, I'm all for it. So welcome to the new year. And I live in gratitude that this is going to be a good year for us, 2018. I personally had a bad year last year, but professionally had a great year. So hopefully both will be both personally and professionally great years. And even myself, I live in gratitude that I actually learned from some of my clients. There were a couple of things I learned from them that were great. And so I'm very excited to see what happens this year between me, my clients, and all of you out there. I also want to give a special happy 14th birthday to my godson, Loyal. He is an extraordinary young man who is living up in Northern California. I don't get to see him as often as I would like, but I am very proud of him. And I just can't believe he's 14 years old. I was there when he was born. He was born early. I was born early also, so we have that in common. And he's a fighter, so he is strong, and he is a big guy. So, Loyal, happy birthday to you. I love you. Early happy birthday to my daughter, Monica. She turns 29. She has been on this program for last year. She came on for an episode, her and her boyfriend. She turns 29 on the 11th. I will be at a conference, which I'm going to explain to you in a second what I'm doing there. So I'm missing her birthday, but I will make it up to her. I sent her birthday presents already. But she is 29 years old. I remember holding her in her arms. She was late. It's getting a couple weeks late. So, but she is just an extraordinary young woman and very kind and giving and loving. And I'm lucky. She's probably the luckiest father, grandfather, godfather, uncle. I'm just very fortunate. I live in gratitude for all of that. So happy birthday, Monica. I love you, Monica Alicia. And I also want to give a couple of special mention to Ofer, I'm going to say, I hope I say your name correctly, Gudasson. I'm probably saying it wrong. Founder and CEO of Keepy, Organize and Save Kids' Artwork and Memories. We're going to talk about that, some advice that I give about that later in the show. But he's the founder of Keepy. They have an app. It's on Google Play and on iTunes. I just downloaded it. I have not actually set up my stuff yet. But I'm going to, and I'm going to give you guys a review, tell you what I think. But I want to give a shout out to them. They reached out to me, and they're kind of adjacent to our industry. People have kids, tons of I run across this all the time with parents. So, but check them out. If you want to check them out too, it's called Keepy, Keepy. You can find them from Palo Alto. And so check them out. So a little shout out to them. There are a couple of events. Okay, so I'm here in Pittsburgh, NAPO, Pittsburgh. Is he having a symposium called The Art of Letting Go, January 11th. You can still get tickets. Anybody can go to it. You could be an organizer, not be an organizer. You just want to sit and learn. Or if you're a fan of mine and in the Pittsburgh area, I am there. And if you have any of my books or anything, I'll sign them, all that kind of stuff. Anything you want, pictures, anything you want, I will be there. I am the keynote speaker. It's my first time ever being a keynote speaker somewhere. So I'm very excited. I mean, I've spoken at places, but I'm starting off the conference. It's a one-day conference through Naples, Pittsburgh, and you get for more details. And I want to shout out to Sandra Lane, who got me involved, so I'm very excited. That has led to NAPO Houston, NAPO Texas. They have a regional conference March 2nd and 3rd this year. I'm speaking on media and podcasting and radio for our business. So should be a fun talk. I'm going to give you actual tips on how to start a podcast or how to start a radio show. I'm going to give them to you. So I'm not just going to stand up there and talk about myself. I'm actually going to give you some step-by-step instructions that have worked for me. And hopefully, if you can be in that area and you want to see me, come on down. Again, bring any of your stuff. I will sign it. Let's see. I might have a table on there. I'm going to talk to them. So we'll see. And I might have a little surprise by then released in book form. Who knows? That's NAPO Houston, NAPO Texas, March 2nd and 3rd. There are tickets. Go to their websites for more information. My home chapter, NAPO LA, on January 18th, because it's Go Month for NAPO. It's called Go Month. They're having a Get Organized an evening with Peter Walsh. Peter Walsh, of course, was brought to our attention from Oprah Winfrey. Of course, in the news right now from her great speech from the Golden Globes the other night. Wonderful speech. They are doing a night with him, and I wish I could be there. I'm actually here in Pittsburgh, so I can't be there in LA, which just for me just makes me happy that a lot's going on in our industry. But it's $29 for general admission. I'll probably see him talk. But there's a $92.50 VIP option. You get reserved seating, VIP reception with Peter. Means probably more than one time talking to him. A signed book of his, and parking. Now, you know, in LA, anywhere you can get some parking somewhere, that's very important. There's a discount code, and I'm mentioning it to you. I'm letting you guys know this, and it's 10% off the tickets. So, what you can do is when you go to www.letgolosangeles.eventbrite.com, that's www.letgolosangeles.eventbrite.com, or go to napola.org. When they ask you for a promo code, type in New Year 10, NEWYEAR 10. So that's 10% off tickets. Why not? So if you're going for just general admission, that's nice little. That's like $3 off. That's great. And the VIP option brings you back under to $89. So I would say do it. If I could be there, I would go. I wish I could go. And Peter Walsh is somebody who I look up into the industry because he's a male, so it makes me very happy. And to see him, he has a lot of wealth of knowledge. So that's NAPO LA, January 18th. Tickets are still available. Go do it. I'm gonna stop for a second and drink some of my coffee. Don't fear, it's been 4 years I've not had regular coffee. I just recently started drinking decaf. I like the taste of coffee. I'm really enjoying it. So I love it. And it's been so good. Oh my God, I just love the taste of coffee. It's been great. So don't even get scared. I'm not drinking regular coffee, just not doing that. We're gonna take a break. All that, I want you to digest everything I just told you. All those events, and what's going on with Living Gratitude. Again, I'm so glad our business is busy. It means that people are out there trying to educate the masses on our wonderful business of organizing. We're gonna go pack. We're gonna have a couple of commercials, and we're back with the SOS show with James Lott Jr. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr., professional organizer and certified life coach, and the owner of A Lot of Help. I have a new series podcast called 15 Tips to Self-Care Series 1. It is 15 individual tracks, all short length, that tackle a subject that's very useful in life. Some of them are for business, some are for personal, some are for organizing, and they're all educational. I invite you to go to Spreaker.com/JLJ Media and take a listen. Pick one. You don't have to go in order. You can pick from 15 first and go to 1, or 1 and go to 15. Subjects like procrastination is no joke, what is a life coach, and everything in between. Go to Spreaker.com/JLJ Media and go to 15 Tips to Self-Care Series 1. Also, visit us on the Facebook page, A Lot of Help. MakeSpace.com, a full-service storage startup in New York City, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Chicago. Never visit a storage unit again. Your stuff is picked up, stored for you, and brought back to you whenever you need. Go to www.makespace.com or go to Twitter @MakeSpace or go to Facebook, MakeSpace.com. They're also on the App Store and iTunes. Go there and visit them for more details. They are there for you and your storage needs. Are you a producer looking for a host for a new project? Or are you interested in a career in hosting and don't know how to begin? Or are you a host looking for a community? Well, welcome to Meet the Host, the place where hosts meet. Go to youtube.com, Meet the Host, for the show, which airs every Monday. It features hosts from all genres talking about their world of hosting. Then continue the conversation and go to Meet the Host on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where we post news, entertainment, tips, and more, all geared to hosting. That's Meet the Host, the place where hosts meet. We are back. This is the SOS show with James Lott Jr. I am James Lott Jr., the super organizer, who hears the SOS all the time from my clients and everybody. I basically just want to talk about today. It's a new year, and it's and for many people, it's the juices are flowing. You're ready to get organized. You're ready to have the momentum start. Like I said, I'm not into resolutions or like that. I think every day is a new year. Every day is a new day. Every day is a new year. You don't need a calendar year to get organized. But for some people, calendar work years do work. Now, the trick for these, and why I always have kind of an aversion to them, is that a lot of times they die off a few weeks later in January. But for some people, they do start, and the commitment is there, and it goes all the way through into spring cleaning, which is usually March, April. So I'm saluting those, and I'm saluting anybody who wants to get started. And this, you can listen to this podcast, radio show, anytime, and get started. And I want to talk about two things. The first one is kids' memories. I run across this all the time, and anybody has suggestions out there, please send them to me. Write them on our page. If you want to guest blog, you can guest blog on my page. Let me know. But my blog is superorganizeruniverse.com. I feel these are a couple of tips for me. Again, you don't want lots of clutter. You don't want boxes and boxes and bins of stuff from your kids. One thing you have to also realize is that there are you wanting to save something for them, especially if they're young, versus them wanting to save it. As they get older, I always feel like you should make them part of the process. Probably age 6 or 7, where they have some kind of cognitive thought a little bit about what they like and don't like. I feel like around that point, especially if they're preteen or in high school or whatever, I feel like you should always include them in on what they want to say and what they don't. Now, this does mean you got to take yourself out of the equation, and there are things that you may find important they really don't. It's their memories. Now, there are a couple of things, of course, you're going to keep for them. Probably, like one of those things, like certain pictures. Pictures are one thing, of course, that just kind of universal. Certain awards, those are usually universal things. Firsts of some kind, you want to keep some of those for them, and they can decide later if you want to keep them or not. But those are certain things I feel like those are kind of universal. Uh, if you have a lock of their hair when they're a baby, or their first christening gown, things like that, yes, I would save, obviously. And then later on, they'll work it out. The thing I don't want to have happen for you is that, which happens because I deal with both young parents and parents of young children and parents of adult children, is later the kids, they become adults, they don't care about, they have what they want. They grab their high schools, they grab what they wanted to have. The rest of the stuff they don't want anymore. And adult parents are holding on to it, and their house is cluttered because I'm saying for the kids, and the kids are grown, and they've said and expressed they don't want them. And you still won't throw out because for you, for some reason, that's a memory for you. Either you have to change your wording and say, okay, these are things that I want to keep because the kids don't want them anymore, or you get rid of them. Listen to your kids. And I feel like, again, I did another podcast on this where I feel the adults should come in and just take a day and clear it out. But I want to start this young and this early so that you don't have this problem later. There are certain kinds of boxes and bins out there that they can, sometimes they call them creative memories or kid memories, that are sectioned off, have sections in them that where you can save certain artwork and awards and clothes and pictures and cards. Cards are another thing too. These are things that completely create clutter and take up space. Do they need every single card from every single person they ever got from ages 1 to 6? No. Maybe grandma. Maybe save cards that have actual messages in them. Maybe it's a great saying or something from a grandparent or an uncle. Maybe it's a homemade card that is very special. Maybe it's a special card that's that kid's personality that fits it so well. Really be discerning on what kind of cards you keep. 'Cause those are that just piles up to just a million cards. They just sit there, and again, the kids don't really care about them. Um, there are also certain toys. I will say this, there are certain toys I kept today, that I'd love to have them today as an adult. But life has gone on. When I don't have them, life has gone on. My life hasn't stopped because I don't have them, and life has gone on. But I think that people do really just careful again in that area. Don't keep every single toy. Maybe you have that one little bear. When they were babies, they couldn't get rid of it. They loved it so much. You might want to hold on to that maybe, but not every stuffed animal. Maybe it was a weird seahorse or something that you got and your kids like seahorses. That's the first one. Save the first seahorse. You save every seahorse. You know what I mean? Again, and then have the kids. And okay, so now if you are in the beginning of these, and you start saving them from ages baby to, we'll say 7, then maybe once a year go through them a couple times a year. Okay, we're gonna go through this, and you sit down with your kids and you go through them, and maybe get rid of some things. And some things may change in meaning and in scope, and get rid of those. I just don't want clutter for clutter's sake. But there are certain things, yes. Maybe it's a 45 or a tape or cassette that I have. I kept one or two from when I was really young. And I remember the memories associated with them. And they're warm memories, and I keep them. And actually, sometimes they can become collector's items. Some kids collect baseball cards, but that's something totally different. I'm talking about just regular artwork and memories. Not every piece of artwork you can save from the kids. Maybe really special ones. Maybe one that won an award or one that really captured your attention. Maybe their first artwork piece, you save that. First couple. Every scribble line that they did. It's cutesy, but I just think you need to really be discerning on that too. So be mindful of that. Involve the kids. Define your intention behind this. Like, really, why are you saving this stuff? There are books, scrapbooks. That will say you can only make they have all sizes of scrapbooks. Go to Michael's, Joann's, those places they sell them, all this stuff, not that expensive. And you can actually, that deletes some of the clutter. Shadow boxing a few things, great, and hanging them up so you can see what it is. That's also something that's a great idea. So there's different things you could do if you want to with that. The same thing I want to talk to you guys about, because it's also a new year and very important. Scheduling your time. So I always say time management, but you really can't manage time. You're managing yourself and your productivity or non-productivity. And so people ask me all the time, how do you do 20 different things, James, make it look effortless? Well, I schedule. And my big tip to you this year, and I've said it before on the show and other things, schedule time. If you have to do it for everything, schedule everything. If you have to put a schedule and say, okay, an hour off for myself. Schedule that hour off for yourself and really follow the schedule to that hour off for yourself. An hour in the garden, half hour walk around the corner because you're at work. Half hour walk around the corner. See if you're near a park or something. Maybe you're near a park. This time of year, I understand I have people listen to the show all over the country. So I understand there's certain parts of the world and the country you can't really do this. A little nasty outside, so I understand that. But turn away from the computer. Give yourself 30 minutes away from the computer. Schedule that in. Schedule in. I just tell my clients to schedule in. If I can't make it, right now I'm on the road. Okay, schedule 2 hours. As if I was coming. And work on the things you're going to work on that you know you can do. There's some things, you need my help, and it's an organizer thing. But there's some things, if it's going through bins of miscellaneous stuff, you can do that. And put it away. You don't really need me to do that. You can do that. So completely go through and schedule yourself 2 hours here, an hour there, 3 hours here. Schedule it in. That keeps momentum going too when you know you have it on your agenda. And I write things down. I write things down by hand. Also, we have phones, whatever you use. You need a timer, set a timer on your phone if you have to. And it's like, it's time. Okay, I'm going to spend 2 hours organizing the pantry. I know I can go through and see if any food is expired. You're up. So you keep it going until the next time you see your organizer. Or next time you have time to really do a major thing. But also, I say schedule time for yourself too. Make sure that you take care of you. Self-care is very important. I always stress that here on this program and in my blog. Self-care is very important. So 2 things, kids and you. Those are 2 things that seemingly are major in my profession these days and what I'm doing. And we'll continue having conversations this year. I'm going to have some experts on. We're going to do some stuff. We're going to talk about the kids. That's the thing I want to do more of. The kids, the preteens, teenagers. Haven't done enough of that in the past. Also, my goal-setting worksheet, which is just, again, I didn't create it. I'm just sharing it on my blog, superorganizinguniverse.com. It is doing, again, it's getting lots of hits again as the new year started. Go there, check that out. It might be something for you to use too. You never know. So go check that out. That's a goal setting worksheet. I think it's a super tip Tuesday or Thursday. A goal setting worksheet, and it's just might be a good place to start. Think about your goals this year. Think about your intentions. You don't have to know all the answers. That's not even about that. It's just about keeping the momentum going and always working on something to stay organized and managed in your time. I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me at James Lott Jr., where all James Lott Juniors are online. The Super Organizer is on Facebook and Twitter at The Super Organizer or The Super O. This show is on Facebook and Twitter at The Super Organizer Show or the SOS_show on Twitter. We have a blog, thesuperorganizeruniverse.com, just celebrated 4 years last week in the blogosphere. I'm very proud of that. Go check us out over there. I am also working on a play that features a professional organizer. You can stay tuned for that, and a couple of books. So you can stay tuned for those. So you follow me on any of these platforms, you'll hear and see, and stay tuned, because you won't be in tune with what we're doing here. We're on iHeart Radio. We're on Spreaker.com. We're on iTunes. Go ahead and find us. We're there. Download, listen to us, comment, rate, subscribe, share. Anybody you feel like needs to know this stuff, share it with them. I have great guests on my program. I give great advice for my 8 years in the business, which I celebrated last December. 8 years in the business. And also, any of my speaking engagements, you're going to see me where I'm going to be speaking. I'm hopefully speaking at more coming up this year. That's another big thing I'm doing this year. Make my tour around the country. You can meet me and let's talk. Love to have anybody who wants to be on my show. You want to be on my show and I don't know about you? Contact me. Message me. Let's see what you want to talk about. I'd like to showcase every single person in the organizing industry and organizing adjacent. Let's do it. Have a great January, and I'll talk to you because we're on every Monday. This was a special episode. Mondays. Every Monday's a new episode. And I will talk to you next Monday. Have a great week.